welcome back to Seminoles Sideline 365. Quick reaction. We're doing the latest rankings came out. We want to give our little reaction on it. It's going to be the day after, but we thought it's relevant. We did our live show on Tuesday, coming to you on Wednesday. Going to do a little breakdown here. So, what we were surprised on, we went back and forth. We went between 4 and 5. We saw Washington have the big win over Utah in a close game, a 7-point game in which they trailed for a lot of that game. But you had Florida State against Miami at home. Some would say struggled. Some would say no, had full control for most of the game. But it was a 7-point game in the rivalry matchup. And some were thought, and I said, this will tell us how much the committee actually respects Florida State. If they keep Florida State at 4 and Washington at 5, it'll say, we respect what Florida State's doing. They keep winning. We respect their resume, their body, the resume as a whole. And if they keep winning, they'll stay at 4, regardless of what Washington does. And I think now with the reveal that Florida State stays at number 4, Washington is at number 5, Wolverines at 3, Ohio State at 2, and Georgia at 1. This confirms in my mind that they respect Florida State's resume thus far and thus stuck them there. Because I thought this could be the week that we see a flip based on the score differential of Florida State not covering the spread now for 2 weeks in a row. What is your thoughts, old man? What did you think when you saw this?
I thought at being at number 4 still is the right pick for Florida State.
Yeah,
there's no way you're going to jump ahead of Michigan, Ohio State, and Georgia. That's not going to happen.
No.
Where I disagree with you a little bit is when you said in a statement just now, you said they respect Florida State. All they have to do is keep winning. I'm not sure that. Well, you have to say, well, what about Washington? They keep winning. They're undefeated. They don't have one loss. They keep winning.
Yeah.
I think it's going to come down to. I'm not focused on the Ohio State Michigan game. I'm not really focused on that. That is going to have some impact.
It will.
You're also going to have Georgia having to play. They'll handle Auburn, but they're going to have to play in the SEC championship against Alabama probably.
Who is on fire right now. Who is on fire.
Anything could go there when you're playing that.
Yeah.
So this is going – the playoffs are beginning for everybody now this Saturday, if they haven't already.
Yeah.
This is going to be fascinating. But Florida State, I think, is hanging on – on the side of a free climb on a big cliff, some mountain. Not because we're doing anything wrong. Well, maybe it is because we're not winning big enough. Now, the rest of the way forward, KB, Northern Alabama, the spread's going to be 35, 40 points. We must meet that spread and beyond and look dominant doing it. We must get our starters out of there. Get them out, no injuries, okay, and keep up the momentum.
Exactly.
Next game. The next game is against Florida, okay? Not a good football team. They're struggling to get to a bowl game of any sort, but it's at the Swamp. It's in-state. It's going to be a tough game. They do have a quarterback who can move the football around a little bit. They don't have a great defense, but our offense must show up. We must win that game, I think, by the spread. We may be able to just win the game because they see it as an in-state rival game, and I think that counts for something.
On the road.
So you've got these 2 games to stay at number 4. We don't care about 3. We don't care about 2. We don't care about 1. We care about number 4. That's what we care about.
Yeah, and I'll agree with you. And I think a little bit, but I think what gives credence to this, my thinking, if you win out, you're in, you win and you're in, essentially, is that we do have a historical record of this being the case in terms of Florida State in this type of winning. But it does scare me a little bit because you are, like you said, not blowing teams out like you did sort of in like the 2013 year where you literally beat Idaho 80-13. Literally beat them 80-13. It reminds me of the 2014 year where, think about it, against Miami, 30-26, against Florida, 24-19, down the road, you were undefeated. You had all these close games. Louisville, 42-31. You had a lot of close calls, and then you had some of these blowouts. But a lot of these close calls, you still got in. even in the championship game against Georgia Tech, this is very similar to what Louisville is at right now, number 11 in the AP, in the ESPN poll. I think, AP, they're number 9. Similar thing could happen in the ACC championship where it's an unranked Florida team that you're facing. You get Georgia Tech, or a Louisville in this case, who is going to be a top 10, hopefully, team if they win out against Kentucky and they win this weekend against Miami. Similar scenario. I think if you win these games, even if they're close and you're undefeated and you took care of your ranked opponents, look at how similar this is to in 2014. Clemson in overtime as well, close game, even though that season they were ranked. But I think this gives historical track record that if you do your job, you beat your ranked teams, even though they were early in the season, you beat them early, and you get the late rank win late, can be close, but you will still get it.
I think look at the guys though on this team: Winston, Cook, and O'Leary. Winston, Cook, O'Leary, Green is one of our wide receivers. That team, I think, is a better team than what we have this year.
Well, okay, we can have a whole different discussion.
No, I just want to say this. What I'm saying is that was a different club. However, they were in so many close games. You remember that season. I remember that season. How many times we had to come back.
Oh, we were waiting for them to lose.
To bring us back.
Every week for them to lose.
Our defense was suspect. And then, that's right, every week you're saying we're going to get bit. We're going to get bit. We're going to get bit. And then what do? We go out to the playoff. We get blown out. I mean, we got blown out by Oregon.
And I think that is a difference this year, is that I think the defense is stronger this year. A lot stronger than this
But that's past history. Nobody cares.
Absolutely.
What we care about is Saturday.
Yep.
A full stadium, but more so a dominant performance against Northern Alabama.
Yep.
If we stumble and fall below the spread, if we don't look that way, this is the game they're looking, and Washington wins. If Washington wins and they're playing a higher ranked opponent, a top 20 team, and if they just win the game, I think, or beat the spread, which will be much lower spread, they could likely hop over Florida State. That is not a good thing. Now, there is some saviors because Michigan and Ohio State are going to play. They could lose. Georgia could lose. There's all kind of scenarios. But if we don't take care of business, then we have to get help, as they say, right? You know how they say you got to get some help. We don't want to have to get anybody's help. We want to be in control. There is no reason you don't go out Saturday and blow the doors off of this Northern Alabama team. And then you set your sight for Florida. Then you set the sight for Florida. But that is a potential trap. But if we lose, if we don't clear the hurdle of Northern Alabama and we were to lose to Florida, it's over.
Okay, well, you really went doomsday scenario there. But like you said, your job this weekend is to
Florida
beat the
is a threat. I don't think
I didn't say that. It's not a trap, though. It's not a trap. You're not going to be unfocused for that game.
Gators. Listen to me.
But that's the thing. You just disproved your point.
A
trap game is a game you don't focus for.
Okay.
A trap game is a game you overthink.
Okay. Well, take the word away. Okay, take the word away. Okay, I'm sorry I didn't use the right terminology. Listen to me. Listen to me. I think it's like the fandom with Miami or Florida. Oh, you guys suck. You guys are no good. It's immature. It's mature chatter. It's not from us. It's from various fans in the base. But what I'm saying is, the Miami game was close. I was on nerves the whole game. The other thing is, this Florida team in the swamp, that place is going to be rocking down there. That place is going to be full. And you know what? We can't let the guard down. I don't think, like I say, I feel it's going to be a close game.
Yeah, I don't think anyone's.
And we
can talk about that. But
then you got to go and play that ACC championship game. So the playoffs begin Saturday.
Yep, exactly. And you're doing your job is covering the spread. That's all you can do against Northern Alabama is cover the spread, blow them out. That's who's on your schedule. You blow them out. You do your job. That's what you can show the committee, like you said.
Yeah, there's a difference between covering the spread and embarrassing a team. Mike Norvell's not going to embarrass a team. He's not going to just run it up and run it up. He's going to get his starters out, and hopefully the other guys they're going to run the ball and get some points. But yeah.
Exactly. All right, cool. So I'll do it. So Florida State holds at 4, Washington at 5. Do your job this weekend against North Alabama. Cover the spread, do your job on the field, and then look forward to Florida. That's going to do it for us. Let us know in the comments. Do you think this is the right position for Florida State? Should they've been higher, lower? Let us know in the comments. We'll see you soon. Take care, everyone.